You graduated, you threw the cap in the air, you took the photo, and then about 6 months later, your student loans showed up to the party like an uninvited relative who never leaves. We're talking potentially tens of thousands of dollars just sitting there, collecting interest like it's got nothing better to do. Here's the wild part most people don't realize. The loan doesn't care how your job search is going. It just keeps growing, quietly, in the background, like a houseplant you forgot to kill. So the first thing you need to understand is that not all repayment plans are created equal, and picking the wrong one is like choosing the worst item on a menu without reading the descriptions. The government actually gives you options, which sounds nice until you realize there are like 8 of them, and nobody explains what they mean. The standard plan spreads your payments over 10 years, which sounds reasonable until you do the math and realize the monthly payment might cost more than your rent. That's where income-driven repayment plans come in. And honestly, they deserve way more attention than they get. Income-driven plans basically say, hey, we'll charge you based on what you actually make, which is a revolutionary concept in the world of debt. Plans like SAVE, PI, or IBR cap your monthly payment at a percentage of your discretionary income, sometimes as low as 5%, so you're not choosing between groceries and loan payments like some tragic game show. Now here's something that sounds boring, but is genuinely powerful: making extra payments directly to your principal balance. Every extra dollar you throw at the principal is a dollar that stops generating interest, which is basically you punching the loan in the face every single month. Think of interest like a slow leak in a tire. You can keep driving, but you're losing air the whole time, and eventually things get ugly. Knocking down that principal faster is the patch that actually fixes the problem instead of just delaying it. Refinancing is another tool people sleep on, which means swapping your current loan for a new one with a lower interest rate through a private lender. The catch, and there's always a catch, is that refinancing federal loans into private loans means you lose access to those income-driven plans and forgiveness programs we just talked about. So refinancing makes sense if you have a stable, solid income and you're not planning to use any federal safety nets, but it's a bad move if your financial life is still figuring itself out. Basically, don't trade your life jacket for a speedboat upgrade when the water is still choppy. One of the sneakiest dangers in this whole system is something called default, which happens when you stop making payments for about 270 days. That's 9 months, and the government basically declares war on your financial life. We're talking damaged credit, wage garnishment, and tax refunds getting swiped, so staying in communication with your loan servicer isn't just good advice, it's survival. If you're struggling, calling your servicer and asking about deferment or forbearance options is always better than just going silent like you've entered witness protection. They've heard it all before, they have options, and ignoring the problem is the one guaranteed way to make it worse. There's also something called public service loan forgiveness, where if you work for a government or nonprofit employer and make 120 qualifying payments, the remaining balance gets forgiven completely. It sounds too good to be true, has historically had a messy track record, but recent improvements have made it actually work for a lot more people. The big picture here is that your loan isn't a life sentence. It's a math problem with a bunch of different solutions, depending on your situation, your income, and how aggressive you want to be. The people who come out ahead aren't necessarily the ones who earn the most. They're the ones who actually read the rulebook instead of just winging it. Managing student debt isn't glamorous, and no one's making a Netflix series about someone who picked the right repayment plan. But making smart, informed choices now is the kind of thing your future self will be genuinely grateful for. And if you want to learn more about how our company can help you take control of your financial future, go check out the links in the description.